Hey Scorpio, welcome to Full Moon in Leo reading. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's not going to resonate with all Scorpios, and that's okay. This full moon is pretty awesome. It's the first of 4 super moons, and it's the first step in the catalyst to helping us step into our life purpose, I feel. It's all about tending the fire in our hearts and opening up our heart chakra, because in the seat of love, anything is possible. It's helping us clear away anything that dims our light and keeps us separated from connecting to our journey here in this lifetime. It's also an energy that's clearing away being separated or having it. How am I putting it? My language has left me for like 2 seconds, but it's about whatever's keeping us separated from being in the now and being present. Okay. It's definitely a super powerful resource to taking down blockages and allowing for risk in our lives. This is a risky time. It's time to be brave with those things. Let's start with a message from the moon. Well, that was fast. Communication is key. All right, so now we know why I was stuttering to find my words, okay? And it's not to say that you have a stutter, Scorpio. It is telling me that you're struggling with communicating perhaps how you feel. Perhaps you're overthinking what you're trying to say. There's a difficulty in being able to speak your truth, being able to speak your mind, being able to release your thoughts, okay? I just feel like the energy of this moon is bringing it to the forefront for you to deal with it. We're going to pull a few more cards, and they're going to tell me probably a little bit more about what is actually happening with you at this time. I think it's very interesting. Okay. All right. So let's see where your power lies. Yeah. Okay. Opening up of the heart chakra. Okay. And I'm just going to get... Okay, I'm going to leave that for now. We're going to work with this because this is where you can be more risky. What aspect of your life you can be more risky. Are you aligning with what's in your heart? Because when you're out of alignment with that, it makes everything else in your life more difficult, including the ability to speak your truth. To be able to speak freely how you're feeling. This is an emotional energy. Some of you are feeling like it's a little too deep for people to handle, but it's coming up because this is a powerful moon that is a catalyst for destroying blockages, and that for you is a huge blockage, okay? There's this part of you that needs to understand that when you come from a place in your heart, when your intention is through your heart chakra, through that higher heart, that truth, it honestly doesn't matter how it's received. Because if it's received with anything less than positivity, it's triggering an emotional response in that other person. And that's happening so that that person can feel into their wound and heal it, okay? We all play different parts in different people's lives for those reasons, so that we can help each other grow and learn. And yeah, I feel like the mind is trying to control, and it's very interesting how it's just like, whew, okay. All right, so we're going to move on from that a little bit. It's trusting your intuition, understanding your intention behind why you're having difficulty communicating, okay? It's okay if it's not received the way you hoped. It's okay if it's not received positively. It all has purpose, okay? Maybe some of you often rub people the wrong way with how you speak. But maybe it's also understanding that if your intentions are not to harm or to be mean, that it's for a purpose, okay? All right, let's see what aspect you can take more risk. This has been coming up a lot too. This is the first house, what people see and the impression you give, okay? Normally when it comes out, this is the physical house, and that's what I'm guided to speak about, but I feel like this is about how the impression people have of you, and it's coming up because maybe it's been brought to your attention where it's kind of making you question who you are. And I feel like that's really pivotal. It's really important for you, Scorpio, because you need to be really comfortable with who you are. And this has come up in every single reading that I've done for the Zodiac so far. I still have, 4 to go after this. It's about the authentic self. There is no more sign outside of Aquarius where Leo is the authentic, being brave and being courageous, sometimes to the point of being conceited, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There's no judgment, but it's coming to my attention. This is having an aha moment where this is about how we see ourselves versus how others see ourselves, and how much that affects how we choose to behave and how we choose to be. And I feel like this energy of this moon is challenging you to step outside of that comfort zone and be comfortable with the things that are coming out of your mouth, because they're there for a reason. If they're uncomfortable because you don't like the reactions they get, totally not something you need to be responsible for. But if you're uncomfortable because they make you feel bad, then you need to work on it, okay? There needs to be a little bit of work on this about how you communicate and the sort of limitations and blockages you have with that, okay? All right, because this full moon is so pivotal to our life purpose, I pulled my life purpose deck just to see if there's anything that Spirit has to say or source. Protected. You are safe and supported while you change your career. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to take this on a little bit of a spin, which is probably why it's interesting. I don't know if there's study on the bottom, and we'll get to that. I'm going to take this on a little bit of a spin. Some of you want to change what you're doing for your career, and career and life purpose don't have to be one and the same. But let's say for you it is. In your heart, you want this. You're afraid of how people will perceive that, and you're afraid to tell people that you want that change. Maybe for some of you it's going back to school. Maybe for some of you it's studying in a different way outside of the educational system. It's really interesting because even though I'm saying a lot, I feel it clearing. Whatever this dense fog was, I feel it clearing. So this showing up here is telling me that you're protected, you're safe. The first part of this video, talking all about still speaking your truth, is still beneficial to you in this moment, even though this is a very specific situation where you need to know that you're safe and protected while you change what you really want to do with your life. Okay. Oh, well then, Page of Michael, truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. There we go. Very interesting. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents thoroughly. Okay. So this showing up here again is just encouragement to take advantage of this Leo energy. You have to take a risk. You do. And you have to prove to yourself that it's completely okay. And this is how we establish trust with the ego part of our brain. Okay, so I hope that this has helped. We went on a little bit of a journey, Scorpio. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing full moon in Leo.